welcome to another Fight of the Night review. I'm sorry I couldn't get this one done yesterday. I wanted to, but then I had to go and get some food to eat, so I couldn't do a video. But I can now! So, yeah, the Fight of the Night in question last night. Remember, the main event was between Brian Ortega and the Korean Zombie. That was not the Fight of the Night, though! Surprisingly, it was actually the main event at the prelims between Mateusz Gamrot and Guram Kutateladze. This was Gamrot's debut. I don't know if it was Guram's debut. I know that Guram is friends with Khamzat Chimaev, who is who has been making waves lately, especially. So I'm looking forward to seeing if Chimaev and McGregor actually fight. That would be pretty entertaining. But yeah, this fight, gonna try and talk about it as best as I can from what little I remember, because like it's been a day and I haven't watched it again since yesterday. So it's not going to be a great review. And yeah, just gonna get to it. So let's attempt this. So the fight starts and Guram lands a pretty good body kick quite early on. Actually, this is sort of his main weapon throughout the fight, and another main weapon of his is his takedown defense. Because Mateusz goes for a lot of takedowns, and I'll talk more about that by the time we get to round 3. But yeah, Mateusz throws one and he manages to... He ducks low, which is a very risky thing for a wrestling takedown to do. For a wrestler who could just said that. He went low and grabbed Guram's foot and actually managed to get him on the ground on his first takedown. There was some pretty good ground and pound exchanges, but Guram actually countered with some really good submission attempts. He went for a triangle at one point. He turned that really nicely into an omoplata attempt. And when he got up, there was actually some pretty decent strikes being exchanged, but Guram was definitely the one walking away with it a bit more. He was walking down Mateusz quite a lot. And yeah, round 1 easily for me goes to Guram. Like, his takedown defense was on point. His striking was really good. He threw a lot of really good kicks to the body, especially. Like I said, that was his main weapon throughout the entire fight. So yeah, I'm going to move on to round 2 now, if that's alright with you. Is it? I thought it would be. So round 2 starts, and the men immediately sort of scramble, and Guram lands a fucking whopper of a right hand right to Mateusz's ear area and knocks him down. And yeah, round 2 is pretty much almost entirely Guram. I mean, Mateusz goes for some desperate looking takedowns. He even sort of gets one at some point, but Guram like rolls with it and manages to turn to a sprawl and gets up off his back and gets back on his feet. God, Guram's takedown defense in this entire fight was really, really good. But yeah, there wasn't a lot to talk about in round 2. I mean, Guram defended takedowns really well. He landed that hell of a right hand at the start. He threw some really good body kicks again. He just, got a couple of submission attempts in again. It was just a rinse repeat of round 1. So, yeah. Round 3, however, was when there was a little bit of a shift. Mateusz was actually starting to land a bit more with his strikes. His punches especially were starting to come through for him. And he was throwing his takedowns a bit more carefully now in round 3 and actually landed more. Although by the end, as I alluded to earlier, I was going to mention it, by the end he'd landed about 3 out of the 13 he'd attempted, which is not a good look in a UFC debut, but then again it's a debut, so I don't really know if I should criticise it, especially because I'm not a professional fighter. I mean, clearly just look at me. Or if I should be like, actually, you know what? You tried, mate. You tried, and it wasn't a bad, it wasn't a bad debut, to be honest. Even though, yeah, Mateusz did lose by split decision. Although round 3 definitely, I could see why it went to split decision, because I would easily give the first 2 rounds to Guram, and round 3 definitely goes to Mateusz. Because Mateusz's takedowns, his wrestling in round 3 was a lot better. He picked his takedowns a bit more carefully. He went for a couple of good submission attempts of his own. He was caught in another omoplata attempt, but managed to get away from it. There was a pretty good moment as well where he had Guram against the cage and went for a takedown and sort of got it, and Guram managed to sort of like turn and get back on his feet, but Mateusz took his back and tripped him and got him onto the ground again. That was a really good chain of wrestling from Gamrot. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, all in all, Guram easily wins by split decision, and this fight is not going to be in my top 10. I only really remember the takedowns and the punch that Guram landed at the start of round 2, and all of his really great body kicks. It was not an entertaining fight, to be honest. It had decent parts to it, but it wasn't like, oh wow. I know, maybe it just wasn't for me, but regardless, congrats to the 2 men for getting the Fight of the Night bonus, I suppose, and Mateusz, wasn't defeated up until this point, so hopefully he can make it a bit better on his next one. And he got the Fight of the Night in his debut. And it up moves to Guram Kutateladze, who has really good body kicks, as we know, and great takedown defense. So, yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow night, at 10 PM for the Go Home show for Defy the Gods 2, and I'm letting you know in advance, Defy the Gods 2 itself will not happen next Friday, not the Friday after that, but the Friday after that, which I believe will be November 7th. It'll be a little ways. Is it November 7th? I'll have to look that up. Turns out I was wrong, it's November 6th. But yeah, that's the next pay-per-view you'll see, and the last one for a little bit. I have plans that you people don't know. And the next video I'll likely see you for will probably be either the next Fight of the Night review next weekend, because the main event is between Gaethje and Khabib, and if that is not a Fight of the Year contender, I'll be very, very surprised. And probably sometime after that will be the very brief history of the Cranberries. That's the most likely next video. I don't know when they'll come out, but you know, the next video I can probably promise you it'll be on Sunday. So, yes, you know, what did you guys think of this fight? I mean, I wasn't too super keen on it. Maybe there was just stuff I'm missing because I'm a plebe. But it was alright. So, I don't know. If you people liked it, that's fine. I just wasn't as super duper keen on it. I don't know. But that will about do it, and I'll see you most likely on Sunday. And as always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Yes, you are. Bye-bye.